Dear students, a warm welcome to all of you in today's English grammar class. This is your English teacher Rajni, and today we are going to discuss the third part of the grammar topic, the determiners. Students, in our previous two lessons, we have already discussed its two parts, in which we have talked about the meaning or definition of the term the determiners. After that, we discussed the kinds or types of determiner, but in brief. In second lesson, we have discussed its first type, the articles, definite and indefinite articles in detail. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to talk about all the types or kinds of determiners. And at the end of the lesson, I am going to give you a practice task also. So students, I'm really very hopeful that you will enjoy this lesson. Just take your notebooks and pens with you so that you can note down all the important information, the definition, types, and the practice exercise on it. So without wasting our time, let's get started. Now I'm going to start this lesson with the definition. Let's read the definition first. To determine means to mark, to fix, or to limit. Therefore, a determiner is a word which limits or fixes the meaning of a noun. It is also called a noun marker. Okay, students? Now let me explain the definition in other words. In other words, we can say the determiner are the words that come at the beginning of nouns. Basically, they introduces the noun. They determine noun, that is whether a noun is specific or general. I repeat it again. Determiners are the words that come at the beginning of nouns. Basically, they introduce a noun. They determine noun, whether a noun is specific or general. So this was the meaning or definition of determiner. ਪਿਆਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਓ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਡਿਟਰਮੀਨਰਸ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਵਰਡਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਉਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਨਾਉਨ ਫਰੇਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਰਧਾਰਿਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਨਾਉਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਨਰਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਹੈ. Now let's take the examples also. Now you can see here are two different sentences. He helped his friend. My friend gave me a pen. In first sentence, the word his is determiner. That is denoting about his friend. Noun ਜਿਹੜਾ friend ਹੈ ਉਸਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ person ਹੈ ਉਸਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ friend ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. And in second sentence, my friend gave me a pen. That means a person who is my friend. He gave me a pen. So both words are determiners. Okay students, I hope ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ. Now let's move further students, and now we are going to discuss the kinds or types of determiners. Students, there are 5 kinds of determiners: articles, numerals, demonstratives, quantitatives, possessives. Yes, articles, numerals, demonstratives, quantitative, possessive. Let's discuss all the kinds or types one by one. The first one is articles. If you remember students, in lesson number 1, we have already discussed the indefinite articles a and an. And in lesson 2, we have discussed the definite article the in detail. But once again, for your recapitulation, I'm going to give you the meaning of the articles, what the articles are. Articles are words used with noun to specify the grammatical definiteness of a noun. In other words, they define whether something is specific or unspecific. And they are a, an, and the. Two types of articles are indefinite article and definite article. Okay, students? Good. Now we are going to take next of the kinds or types in detail. आओ इसदियां बाकी kinds या types ਨੂੰ detail ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ. The first one is possessives. Possessives. Now what are the possessives? Students, in English grammar, a possessive determiner is a type of function word that is used in front of a noun to express possessions or belongingness. In other words, possessive determiners are used to accentuate the possessiveness of an article, noun, or any person, etc. Students, possessives can be used both before singular and plural noun. Possessive determiners ਉਹ determiners ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ noun ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਸੇ noun ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੀ possession ਜਾਂ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹਨ. Let me explain this thing with some example. The first sentence is, I do not lend my books to anyone. Second is, we love our teacher. Third is, one should do one's duty. Last is, my mother is a doctor. Now students, you can notice some words are highlighted in these sentences. And these are the examples of possessive determiners. In first sentence, I do not lend my books to anyone. So if you see my books, I am talking about my books. So the books are my possession. They belongs to me. ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ books ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਹਨ. So that means the word my books or my is a kind of possessive determiners. Next is, we love our teacher. So here I am talking about my or our teacher. A teacher who teaches us, not other persons. So our teacher is another example of possessive determiners. Third one is, we should do one's duty. One should do one's duty. So here one's duty again is showing a possessiveness or belongingness to one. Last is, my mother is a doctor. So here I am talking about my mother, not anybody else's mother. मैं किसी होर फ्रेंड दी या किसी होर मदर दी गल नहीं कर रही है. इत्थे गल हो रही है मेरे मदर दी. So the word like my mother is an example of possessive determiner. Okay students, so I hope you all have understood this kind or type कि what the possessive determiner are. Possessive determiner are actually function words that are used in front of noun to express possessions or belongingness. Okay, now we will take the another kind or next type, that is numerals. Numerals. Numerals are words that relate to number. Numerals are the words that relate to numbers. The words that relate to numbers, in other words, we can say numerals describe numerical quantity. Now students, here are three different types of numerals. The first is definite numerals, second is indefinite numeral, and third is distributive numerals. Let's take them one by one. The first is definite numerals. So what are the definite numerals, students? By definite numerals, we mean they refer to a definite or exact number. The definite numerals are further divided into two kinds. Definite numerals ਉਹ numerals ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ exact number ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਦੋ types ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੰਡਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ. The first one is cardinal and second is ordinals. Yes, cardinals numeral. Cardinal numerals are counting numbers and we use them for counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So these are the cardinal numerals. And the example of cardinal numerals are, please give me one pen. or please bring one pen for me. Here the word one is an example of cardinal's numeral. Next is he gave him 10 coins. So the word 10 is an example of cardinal number. Next is ordinals. Ordinals numeral. Ordinal numerals are numeral that gives us the exact position of an object. So they are called ordinal numbers. They tell us the position of an object rather than their quantity. These words are used to indicate order. For example, the first book was very boring. He was the last man to come. So, the words like first and last both are an example of ordinal numerals because they are telling us the position. The book was first and the man was last. So, this was the example of ordinals. I hope students it is clear to you. Next is indefinite numerals. Indefinite numerals. Indefinite numerals are used to specify numerous subjects. However, they do not give any specific count value. They only provide information about amount of noun, but do not tell the exact amount of noun in the sentence. Let me repeat this once again. Indefinite numerals are used to specify numerous subjects. However, they do not give any specific count value. They only provide information about the amount of noun, but do not tell the exact amount of noun in a sentence. Let's have some examples. For example, many, few, a few, the few, several, all, etc. They all refer to a vague or indefinite number. Okay, students? Good. Let's take some sentences also. I have many things to do. Several people witnessed the accident. He has few friends in the city. He does have a few friends in the city, but in a small number. The few friends he has are loyal to him. That means whatever small number he has. So, in these sentences, the words like many, several, few, a few, and the few, they all are the example of indefinite numerals. Okay, students? Good. Next type of this category is distributive numerals. Distributive numerals. These words refer to each of a group such as each, every, either, neither, etc. They are also known as distributive adjectives, which refer to individual members within a group or within a pair. Okay, students. So these words talk about each group such as each, every, either, neither, etc. Let me read the sentences also. Each of us must do so. Each of the boys must do his duty. Either Gurpreet or Harpreet has won the prize. So you can see all these are the example of distributive numerals. Now students, here is another type or kind of determiner that is quantitative. Quantitative. So what are the quantitatives? Let me tell you. Quantitative determiners are describe the quantity of something. That means the words which show the quantity of something are called quantitatives or quantifiers. Words like some, any, little, much, etc. are determiners of quantity. So let's discuss all the words one by one. First of all, we will talk about some and any. So some has positive implications and any has negative implications. Questions with negative implications also take any, but questions with positive implications take some. Students, ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ quantitatives ਦੀ ਜਾਂ quantifiers ਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੇਨ ਵਰਡ some, any, little ਤੇ much ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ some ਤੇ any ਦਾ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਸਮਝਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ। some ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦਕਿ any ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਤੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬਟ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸਸ ਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਇੰਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਉਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ some ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। Okay, now let me clear this thing with the help of some examples. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ some ਤੇ any ਦਾ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਬੜੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ। The first example is I want to have some milk. Is there any milk in the kitchen? Now here are two different sentences with two different implications. The first is positive sentence. I want to have some milk. So that's why we have used the word some here. And in next sentence, there is a question, is there any milk in the kitchen? We are not sure that there would be any milk in the kitchen. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੋਰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਚਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲਕ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ। So there are the chances of negative implications. That's why we have put the word any here. ਇੱਕ ਤੇ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਇੰਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਨਾਲੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਮਾਰਕ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ any word ਦਾ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਸਟ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਸੀਗਾ I want to have some milk, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਇੰਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਲਏ ਹਨ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ some ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। Next sentence is I spent some holidays with my uncle. So here also we have used the word some because it gives us a positive implication. Third is there is hardly any milk. Now this sentence is a negative implication sentence because it is saying that we are not sure that there would be any milk in the jug or any milk in something. So the word any is used in this sentence. Next is, did you hear any noise? Now again, it is a sentence with negative implication because we are not sure that the person have heard any noise. So that's why the word any is used here. Next is, do you want books? We have some very good books. Now again, two different sentences with two different sense. Do you want books? We have some very good books. That means कि positive implication, we have good books for you if you want. Next is, I don't have any money with me. Again, a negative implication based sentence. That means the speaker is saying he doesn't have any money. Yeah, I don't have any money. So that means the word any is used here. Next word is I have hardly any money. So again, this sentence is a negative sentence. That means that there is not any money. There was hardly any boy in the school. Again, a sentence with negative implication. That means there is not any boy in the school. So there was hardly any boy in the school. Last is I can lend you some money. That means ki it is a positive sentence that if somebody is asking me about money and I am saying that yes, I can lend you some money. So the word some is used here. Next is much. Use of much. Much is used to denote quantity. Much ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ quantity ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣ ਲਈ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। He has much money. Don't think about it too much. Okay? ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਹਨ, ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਨਾ ਸੋਚੋ. So much is used to denote quantity. Next is the use of little, a little, the little. Three different words. Little has a negative implication. Now students इन्हों ध्यान नाल सुनो जोड़ा word little है that is in negative implication कि कोई चीज नहीं है ना मात्र है. A little means hardly any मतलब कुछ है लेकिन थोड़ा जिहा है बहुत थोड़ा. And the little mean whatever little exists but the whole of it जिन्ना भी सीगा बस इन्ना ही सी इस तो बाद नहीं. Let's take the sentences also. I want to have some water, but there is little water in the pitcher. However, there is a little in the bucket. I have drunk the little water the jug had. So, students, these were some sentences on the words like little, a little, and the little. Now, let's move to the last kind or type that is demonstrative determiners. Yes, demonstrative determiners. What do you mean by demonstrative determiners, students? Demonstrative determiners are the determiners that demonstrate something. ਇਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਵੱਲ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ demonstrative determiners ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. The words like this, that, these and those are called demonstrative determiners. Demonstrative determiners refer to a person, place or article and they determine their physical and psychological existence. The word like this, the first demonstrative word is this, which is singular and proximal or nearer to the speaker. The second demonstrative determiner in English grammar is that, again, that is singular but that is in remote or distance area. The word like these is a proximal word but it is plural. And the word like those is again a plural word but that is in remote or distance area. So the students, they point to the object denoted by a noun that follow them. This and that are singular and these and those are used for plural. Let's take some examples also. This book is mine and that is yours. These men are hardworking. Those girls sing well. So these are the examples of demonstrative determiners. This book is mine matlab a book is here and it is singular and closer to me. That is your मतलब वो चीज ਜਿਹੜੀ book दूसरी है वो थोड़ी ਜਿਹੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ second person ਵਾਲੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੈ. These men are hardworking. I am talking about the men who are closer to me and are plural. And those girls sing well. That means I am talking about some girls who are farther from me. So these are the example of demonstrative determiner. Now students, it's practice time. I'm going to give you some blanks that are based on today's lesson. Let's try to solve these blanks, students. I have dash work to do. Dash shirt is costly but dash shirt is cheap. But I had dash idea of all this. I borrowed books from him. Dash boys attended the class. Students, I hope you all have written or noted down the blanks in your notebooks. Let me show you the solutions also. Now, check your answer with the solutions and make sure कि थोड़े सारे answers ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਠੀਕ ਹਨ. Okay? I have some work to do. This shirt is costly, but that shirt is cheap. But I had no idea of all this. I borrowed some books from him. 10 boys attended the class. Let me repeat the solutions once again. I have some work to do. This shirt is costly, but that shirt is cheap. But I had no idea of all this. I borrowed some books from him. 10 boys attended the class. Okay, students? Good. I hope your answers are correct. So, students, this was all about today's lesson where we have discussed determiner part 3. One more lesson is there, students, in which we will describe the practice task. And I hope you will really enjoy that lesson also. So let me recapitulate in few words what we have done today. First of all, we discussed the meaning or definition of determiner. After that, we discussed all the types in detail. And then we also did some practice exercise in the form of fill-ups. So students, I hope you have really enjoyed this lesson. For the next lesson, stay tuned with me. Till then, take care. Bye bye.